Oh boy, weekly reset. Timewalking. I'm not really the big PvE kind of person, but I mean, maybe. Depends on what it is. What is it? Let's see. Battlegrounds take forever to pop anyway. Missa Pandaria. I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good with that. What's up, YouTube? It's Scar. Thanks for everyone who watched my last video. Means a lot. Thanks a lot. Said that twice. RIP. So today, just a casual little chat about the Timewalking dungeons. I don't know what people's views are on them, but I personally, when I saw this, I got pretty excited just because Missa Pandaria is my favorite expansion, hands down. It's when I joined the game, and it's just, to me, and I know a couple of my good friends, like, Missa Pandaria was the best expansion to us. I played an Elemental Shaman back in Missa Pandaria, really, like, almost only Elemental Shaman for a long time. And it was also during a point when a few of my friends quit that I played with all the time. And I didn't quit, and I just continued to play. I probably shouldn't stand in this like an idiot, but whatever. But I stayed playing the Elemental Shaman. I always did dungeons because I played on a crappy laptop, and while my computer's not the strongest thing in the world now, but it's significantly better. But I played all these dungeons on a crappy laptop and just made the best of it and had an awesome time with my Elemental Shaman. When I saw Timewalking was Missa Pandaria, I honestly thought about getting on my Shaman for this video, but decided not to. Why is he standing inside of that? He's literally inside of this dog. Quinn. Quellin? I think they're Quellins. But seeing that Timewalking was these dungeons for the week, I just really wanted to do a video this time over it. And I don't know, the nostalgia I got from getting to do these dungeons again is just awesome. Like, this made my night. Besides Breath of the Wild, if you can pick it up, if you haven't picked it up, I highly recommend picking it up. That game is so amazing. Just thought I'd say that. How to Capture Card would definitely be uploading videos of that right now, because that game is so good. Then again, I'm a huge Zelda person. I love Zelda. But I should really macro that in. If you saw me clicking that little gnome guy to put Tricks of the Trade on him. But then again, after thinking about that, that's actually really bad. I probably could destroy him just because we're not in PvP. Which brings me to that point. I'm playing Outlaw Rogue just because I like swapping between all three specs. I enjoy all three specs. Assassination has low-key always been my favorite spec. But playing some Outlaw. I haven't played Outlaw in a while. Just lasso back here. Okay, skipped all that walking to this boss because to me that's a lot of pointless running downstairs. It just takes forever, and yeah, it's just tedious. But yeah, Outlaw. When Legion first dropped, I played Outlaw only. Didn't even look at the other specs, only played Outlaw. Outlaw was super fun. The spell that really brought me to Outlaw was Cannonball Barrage. Like, being a rogue and just jumping out of the shadows with an ambush and then hitting them with pistol, well, between the eyes. I was gonna say cheap shot because I'm used to playing assassination, but between the eyes, hitting them with that, stunning them, then just targeting their area they're standing in helplessly, and then just cannonballs just barrage on top of them and blow up. And rogues never really had flashy moves, well, spells or attacks, whatever you want to call them. They never really had like flashy stuff to like show off their class. They were kind of always subtle, like a rogue would be. You could expect them to be like very precision attacks. So getting that flash of cannons just bombarding someone was just so awesome. And once that went to the PTR, because I didn't get on the beta, I basically stopped playing on the live server in Warlords because I hated Warlords with a passion. Once that hit PTR, I immediately went to the PTR, immediately went on my rogue, immediately started checking out outlaw, because I had already recently switched my main near the end of Warlords from feral to rogue, and swapped from elemental to feral because we all know why. Elemental during the first few months of Warlords of Draenor was the absolute pain. I loved the class, I still do, and just during Warlords of Draenor it just did no damage, and it was just such a letdown, and it was so painful. So I went to feral. Feral became too like mindless in a way, just because I could just pop one cooldown and just live through a lot of things. And I don't mean mindless, I mean like I just didn't feel refreshed when playing it. No shots at anyone playing feral. Feral's fun. Feral reminded me of Assassination Rogue, and then I said, well, I like Transmog. Why don't I just play a rogue instead of a feral? That way I can actually see my Transmog. So that's when I went to rogue. And when I played combat because I was intimidated of rogue as a class, because as feral, when I came out of stealth, I knew that I could stand there and fight toe to toe with someone because I had a healing touch and I had things that procced instant healing touches, and I could stay in the game longer and just fight with them and survival instincts. And I really didn't know, like I knew how to beat rogues, but I didn't know how to play a rogue. So I was really intimidated to play subtlety or assassination first because I felt like they would be harder to play, and I knew outlaw, well, combat wasn't that difficult, and I decided to go with combat at first to get the feel of rogue, and then after becoming more comfortable with rogue, I swapped over to subtlety, whatever, and then found I didn't enjoy that very much, and I tried assassination in Warlords. It was okay, and then outlaw happened. Loved outlaw, played it only for a long time. Then I went to assassination after a lot of things came up with school, and I was running short on time for everything, so I really had to like just make time cuts, and WoW was one of the things at the time that I could cut, so I did. And then I came back and I played assassination only up to like 38 or 39 traits. Now I'm just switching between all three specs because it's fun. I remember when the old mechanic was you had to pull him to the door. Nah, it doesn't really matter now anyways. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been Scarm. Peace.